Hey guys, that is not clickbait. We managed to do that in our first year on Etsy. That is a screenshot from our Etsy dashboard. So over 100,000 in revenue, 6 figures in our first year on Etsy. Today I want to share with you a little bit about our story in the hope that it inspires you to make the change and get this financial freedom. So I started looking into passive income in December 2020. And of course, I went on YouTube and had a look at a few different videos. And video that popped up was about Redbubble and making sales on that. It's actually an Australian company, so I had a bit of a look and started creating some designs and just kind of putting them up to see what happened. At the same time, I was still educating myself, watching so many YouTube videos to see what I could learn. And then I discovered print-on-demand dropshipping. Basically, you get someone else to create the product for you and ship it for you, and you just take the profit. So at the start of January 2021, we opened our Etsy shop. And I was so excited that morning, and I was putting up some listings. I put 3 listings up and my shop got shut down. It was shut down for a week, and it was a further 2 weeks before we got our first Etsy sale. But we're going to stop there on the journey because I want to share with you the financial freedom that making money on Etsy has given us. So my husband was getting over his job. It was 5 shifts a fortnight, $90,000. He wanted to change, but how are we going to do it? This financial freedom meant that now in 2022, he's doing an apprenticeship. He has quit that professional job and he's absolutely loving it because we have this side hustle that brings us consistent money every single month. And it just keeps growing. I've shared the income reports here on my channel. If you want to see how it's grown, how we built it up, as well as tips in those videos. It's not all about the money we're making to inspire you. It is also about the tips that we've learned along the way, the things we've experimented with. This isn't a unique story. There are plenty on YouTube where they have quit their professional job and are now doing Etsy print on demand full time. Us, we're still doing it part-time. It works for us. He's enjoying his apprenticeship. I still have my other jobs that I like to do. So this is very much a part-time business for us, which works for our family. So we got our first sale 3 weeks after our shop opened. And by this time we had already changed print providers from Printful to Printify. So our first order, which was a mug, went through in Printify. To be honest, I was super hesitant about using Printify because I wasn't sure. Printify is like a shopping mall and they have all the different print on demands within it. And I just wasn't sure which one to go with. But when New Zealander Sarah said that she used Monster Digital, I was like, right, I'm going to use Monster Digital. And then this first mug that we sold, I sold in Australia. So I used Primer Printing. That's the Australian one that does mugs here. So it was kind of an easy choice. So it took us a further 4 weeks to get our 10th sale. It took us another 4 weeks to get our 50th sale, another 4 weeks to get our 100th sale. And then it was only 2 weeks to get our 150th, less than 2 weeks to get another 50, so 200. So that whole snowball effect. And then it was less than a month to get 300. And it continued along like this. And then in August, we started getting 100 sales a week with that back to school teacher's shirt. I mentioned we literally threw spaghetti at a wall to see what would stick. We did 200 listings. We did multiple niches. I just didn't know what was selling. We tend to mainly sell in America to Americans, and I'm Australian, so I'm not an expert on American buyers. I didn't know how much they'd be prepared to pay, what kind of designs they liked, but there is so much you can learn from just researching on Etsy. And then I joined some Facebook groups. I'm going to list them here. I'm still in them. And then I watched a few YouTubers consistently, which I will list here as well. Ryan Hogue, Detour Shirts, Wholesome Ted. That's Sarah from New Zealand. She was fantastic. And then later on, a Canadian teacher in the Tesla came along. She's Teacher and Beyond. She changed her name. Anyway, and these guys were my course that I would watch if I wanted to learn more about Etsy print on demand. I am 100% self-taught. We did not do any paid courses. I just looked in the Facebook groups. Common problems that come up, we all tend to have the same. Oh, the package says delivered, but it's not there. There is an answer that someone has already done if you just search in those Facebook groups. So the first niche that started taking off for us was an occupation that I had never heard of, and I still don't 100% know what they do. Doesn't matter. All I did was put a graphic on a t-shirt, write the occupation underneath. There was less than 1,000 listings in this, and we started selling. And it was so exciting, and I saw the potential there. You cannot go to Target and get a shirt with your occupation on it, but you can go to Etsy and do it. And then we started selling heaps of shirts, and I was like, what's going on now? We discovered in America it was graduation time, so people were buying their graduation shirt. The other thing I did with that first design is I put it on multiple items. So we have it on a sweatshirt, we have it on a notebook, we have it on a tote bag. I know people love that design, so then I extended it out to multiple products, and now we sell on those products. I personally don't go all out in like t-shirt, sweatshirt, notebook, mug, tote bag, phone case right from the get-go. I want to see if people actually love the design before I spend that time doing that. Another niche we sell a lot in, so I've already mentioned the teachers, but another niche is the nurses. There are so many different nurses. Even within a hospital, there is so many different nurses on those wards for a particular nurse, an emergency nurse. There are so many different sub niches within those categories. So we just extended out. That's how we did it. We gave ourselves 1 year. It is a new business. So 1 year, I wanted to get through Q4, the fourth quarter, when Christmas sales are happening, to see how much we could actually make. And here we are in 2022 June, and we are still going, and we're still making money, and we're still having fun. Now, we made mistakes along the way. We had successes. None of the mistakes were that costly though. If a shirt arrives damaged, the printer has to replace it. If it's around Christmas time and it wasn't going to get there for Christmas, then we would refund it and they would refund us. That didn't cost us money. It just meant that we didn't make the profit that we were making. When we initially started out, we aimed to make $5 to $10 US. We tried free shipping, we tried paid shipping. We tried one color for the shirt, we tried multiple colors for the shirt. There were so many experiments we did along the way. In the end, you work out what your customer likes in that niche and go for it. So guys, if you are thinking about doing this, then get into it. You can do this, and it is going to give you so much financial freedom. It is an amazing side hustle to do at nap time, before the kids wake up, after the kids wake up. Even while you've got a full-time job, you can spend the time. I went through a phase where I didn't actually go on social media. I didn't go on Instagram. Instead, I would go on Etsy and research and then create designs. So you've got this, guys. Thanks heaps for watching. Bye.